that. Thank you very much, Mr. Radam, for sharing that. Please stay with us. Now, moving on to U.S. Newly released Epstein documents show Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, was in contact with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein while he was serving time in prison. Sarah Ferguson is the ex-wife of Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, and the mother of Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. The latest emails published by the U.S. Department of Justice suggest Ferguson sought Epstein's advice on her business venture, Mother's Army. The documents reveal a close relationship between the two. One email from June 2009 shows Ferguson asking Epstein for help getting her business off the ground. Further email exchanges show Ferguson planning travel to meet Epstein. In July 2009, the emails detail arrangements for a lunch meeting at Epstein's Palm Beach home. The documents indicate at least 3 other meetings between Ferguson and Epstein in 2009. After his prison release, this continued contact has caused significant embarrassment for Ferguson and her family, with the latest revelations prompting her charity Sarah's Trust to announce that it would close for the foreseeable future. The files also include compromising images and emails involving her ex-husband, Prince Andrew, though no criminal wrongdoing by Ferguson has been indicated. Now for this, we welcome back Mr. Matthew Radam. He's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much, Mr. Radam, for staying with us.
Sure.
Now, looking at this latest links between UK's elite and Jeffrey Epstein, what are we to make of this? And also the fact that she has closed or shut down her, temporarily shut down her charity. So a charity organization, don't you think it's a wrong timing to shut down or temporarily shut down this charity organization, because charity organizations could have helped gain some good reputation instead?
I think that right now that Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, is probably quite frightened of the backlash against her as more evidence keeps coming out of how close to Jeffrey Epstein she was. With the emails that were recently released, don't just say show closeness. There's one email where Sarah Ferguson is positively gushing over Jeffrey Epstein and saying, why don't we get married? I mean, it's really, very forward. Now, is she joking? She just a flirtatious person? I can't say for sure, and this is also the danger with text, right? Sent over the internet. Email's kind of a dangerous medium, and you don't know if people, you can't tell tone of voice or look at their body language to know if they're being facetious or joking or what have you. But it was a very forward email, and they're very close. And I think that she saw what happened to her ex-husband, the former Prince Andrew, after his extensive and damning ties to Jeffrey Epstein were revealed, and I think she's trying to shield herself from that by taking herself out of the public eye. And I wouldn't be surprised if she just disappears from public view, from the spotlight altogether for quite a while in order to ride out the storm and then maybe come back again at the future, because I think members of the public, actually people around the world, I think here in America, I think people like Sarah Ferguson and probably wouldn't like to see her go through hardship. But the connections to Jeffrey Epstein are a bit much, and it may make a lot of people rethink the way that they reconsider how they feel about her, since they're going to say she was such a poor judge of character, like her ex-husband apparently, to become a close friend of Jeffrey Epstein. So I think she's trying to just pull back until the storm passes, and maybe then she'll return fully to public view. We'll have to wait and see about that.
Yes, we will be eyeing that. With that, I would like to thank Mr. Matthew Adam for joining us from DC and sharing that insight. Thank you very much. Now we move on to our next news. U.S. President Donald Trump has hit out at comedian Trevor Noah over a joke that he made at the 2026 Grammys, which referenced Trump's connection to Jeffrey Epstein. In a response to the joke, President Trump has called Noah's performance at the event terrible. He has also threatened to sue Noah over the comments. Let's listen into what President State has shared.
He said that I spent time on Jeffrey Epstein's island. I didn't. I mean, he's a lightweight, this guy. He's a terrible, I think he's terrible. I thought he did a terrible job at the Grammys. I thought the whole Grammys was terrible. I watched part of it. It's not watchable. But he was a lousy host. I'd say not as bad as Jimmy Kimmel, but pretty close. And no, he made a statement about me and